First you photocopy the device with the buttons down. Using the photocopy you made from the device, take a Brailleable and line it up over the top of the photocopy, and then tape it along the bottom edge where it will go into the Brailler. Tape the photocopy and the Brailleable to a window or a light board using a piece of Scotch tape. Then, using a wet erase marker, you're going to trace over where all of the buttons are on the device, and you're also going to indicate what you're going to Braille for each button. So for example, I do an outline of the button and then a number 1 for this particular device. I'm going to draw the outline of each button and what we're going to put on the button in Braille. It's important on certain devices to indicate where you think the touch-sensitive portion of the button actually is, but for these buttons it's pretty clear. Here's what the Brailleable looks like after the buttons have been located on the adhesive Brailleable. And notice that we've drawn an outline indicating how the sticker would need to be trimmed before it's applied, based on the shape of the plastic of the device. Here the Brailleable is being inserted into a Perkins Brailler. Notice we've removed the photocopy from the back, and we're going to roll it all the way in, but we're not going to use the line down feature because we don't want the Brailler to recognize individual lines of Braille. We want to be able to Braille this section. We want to be able to Braille this section here freely, aligning it where the buttons are versus being forced to Braille how the Brailler would want to do it. If we used the line down feature here, then it would kind of have a predetermined area where it wants to Braille. So go ahead and roll it in. And she'll line up the foot of the Brailler on the first button, noting where the line is that's on the side of the Brailler foot. There's a little line that indicates, that comes down right here, that indicates where it's going to stick the Braille cell. And now we'll roll the sticker or the embossable out of the Brailler, and we'll line up the embossing foot with the next button, adjusting it so that the foot fits as neatly inside of the button shape as possible before beginning to Braille. So this is the device with the sticker completely applied, and I'm going to try to tip it so you can tell where the Braille is. It's pretty transparent, but if I locate the Braille, like the one is right here, but if I press,
first,
and the 2,
second, third,
and the same with this dial, they're all lined up.
Wednesday, November 14th.
There's one right there.
Thursday, November 15th. Next, Friday,
So
November 16th. No messages.
Let me zoom in. You can't really see the Braille. I'll see if I can take a static pic. Well, you can see the Braille on top of those buttons. Right there. And that's it.